Hey guys, Anna here. Okay, so welcome to my channel if you're new. I really hope that this video helps. Today I'll be doing a little life hack, more of an iPad hack for if you don't know how to use the app Notability. Yeah, it's more of a school app, but if you have ever had trouble with it, I really hope this video helps. Here's a few tips and, little things from a sophomore in high school who uses it very often. Let's get right to the video. Alright, so first off, let's talk about the sound. So you can record audio, and that thing there helps you move it around, and you can even rewind by 10 seconds. You can change the speed. You can even change the volume. Then you can insert a photo. Now you can edit the photo. And since I don't want the outside, I'm going to crop the photo using the box in the middle with the red line through it. You're going to use that and you're going to move it around. And then once you're done, you're going to click the box with the blue line in the middle. It looks like blue lines. And then you can add a caption. I'm going to call it a pool. Okay, then I'm going to erase this. And then I can insert a photo that I take. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture of myself. Yeah, I don't like that photo. So, yeah, I'm going to delete that. Boop. Okay. Then I'm going to take a picture of my iPad stand. Just to give you an example, say you want to take a picture of a project. You can take a picture of it, and then you can insert it into a note, and you can caption it. And now I've found that once you unclick the picture inserted, you can't move it. So I suggest you make sure you put it where you want and the size you want, because for some reason it will not move or change, as you can see me terribly trying to do, and then trying to cut it out with the cutting tool. So it's more of a lasso tool, which you use a lot in Photoshop. If you lasso the picture, you can copy it and paste it again, and I tried to copy and paste it and then move it, but I clicked away from it too early. I tried to enter a GIF, but it did not want to do that. I guess it doesn't have a history. So I'm going to draw a figure. You can do that. I'm going to draw a little pie chart with a name under it. And it gives you like a clear template to do it on, I guess. And then you can get done with it, and then once you're done with it, you can press done. And then what you can do is you can move it, put it where you want to, and then you can edit it or anything if you want, but you don't have to. And then if you're done, you're done. You have to make sure, in order to move the screen, there's two ways. You can use the hand command, which is on the top, middle right, or on the top of the screen, or you could use your actually two fingers and you could zoom in or out and then move the screen up and down. Here I've inserted a sticky note, and then you can also insert a web link. Just showed you the options of websites so far that I have, and you can just kind of plop it in there. Okay, now you can look at the paper. You can change the color to anything you want, really, and within reasonability, anything that's in there. And you can also change if it has lines or not. You can change it to graph paper, smaller lines, bigger lines, spaces, you name it. You can change the color, anything that helps you. And you can also check out the info the date, the time, the word count, the language, and you can also change the language. You can click on the language, and if you've downloaded the language to your keyboard, you can use it. You can also go to the help, just right there, and it didn't want to load at the time of when I did this for some reason, but it's supposedly supposed to give you help. I suggest just asking someone. That's the page count right there. You can click on the multiple pages there, and you can see how many pages you have and which ones have what on them. If you want to search a page easier, just type in a word that you know is typed on the page, and you can find it. Now, one tip is that you cannot look up written text, meaning if I write plop on my screen, I can't look it up. It only looks up text, like from the keyboard, as you can see, right about here. I tried to look up plop, and it didn't work, so yeah, it only looked up marker when I looked it up. And then I erased the writing, but I also want you to know that when you draw, it does not erase text. It only erases what you draw. I tried to erase the picture, but you can't erase it for some reason. I have no idea how to get it off the page, but I figured it out at some point. You can change the title of the note to help you know what you have. I just changed it to something random. I used the voice command on my keyboard. You just click the microphone. Now, with this app, Notability, comes a very great tool. My major thing that I was looking at, I just changed the date as well. You can change the date and time. But my major thing that I wanted to talk about was the cutting tool. It's a little scissors tool next to the hand and the eraser. You can use that to cut and lasso. It's a really good tool for moving around text that you've written too big. If you use marker or highlighter or whatever, you can squish it. You can lasso it with the cutting tool, and then you can squish it down if you just write really big and neat, and then you can squish it to make it smaller. You can also go to the main page and delete anything you don't want any longer. You can also change the details in the settings of like text and handwriting. You can set a password. You can manage how many ever accounts you have. You can use iCloud. You can change the theme, which is pretty cool. I mean, you don't have many themes. You only have black or white, but it's still pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, those are the themes there. Let me think. So, time, I've never really set my iPad to stay awake. Don't want to ruin the battery, and trust me, you need a battery. Text to speech, you can change the speed of it, you can add a password, etc. to be able to access the web clip thing. Now, help on the main screen gives you all kinds of options. Getting started, adding handwriting, adding typed text, adding audio recordings, and taking notes. You can search whatever you want, or whatever you need. Anyway, whatever you need help with, you can probably look it up in here before you go to teacher. Also, Notability is by Ginger Labs Inc. And here are all the social media, gingerlabs.com, support and get the newsletter, etc. Now, in the App Store, Notability does cost like $9.99, but you already have it on the iPad, so you don't really have to worry about the price if you are a freshman at this school. But if you want it on your phone, it's $9.99 in the Apple App Store. Those are all my folders. You can import and from your accounts on anything else you have. You can change the color and style and whatever of the folder. As you can see, I've changed many of the colors of mine. Yeah, so here's one last thing, quick. With the typing, you click and hold the text when you have the text command, and then you click text box. You can do that, or you can just type anywhere. It works. But I would suggest using a text box because it's much easier to move around and stuff. While text just kind of stays on the side by itself, so not very helpful. Yeah, so you can also change stuff like in the keyboard. Here are a few examples of marker scribbles. Like you can change the thickness, the style, you can change the color. Yeah, you can also make a custom color. You just click the plus button and you can click the eyedropper and you can go on any color you want, and then you can click the check mark. Once you do that, you click the other check mark and you've confirmed the color. Now you can color. Now, if you want to change the color, you just click and hold on the color, the custom color, and then you press edit or delete. And you edit it, you can change the number, because that's the designation for the color, or you can use the eyedropper, or you can go into the swatch there, and you can change the color that way by dragging with your finger the little circle in it. You can also do the same basically with the highlighters. The highlighters are exactly the same. Yeah, this could be a cool highlighting tool. Like if you want to do a drawing, you can draw in Notability, like pictures. It's not always the best option because it's very limited, but it's pretty good for like a basic drawing tool. Like you could use the highlighter to highlight like in corners and stuff like that. Also with the eraser tool, I already mentioned this earlier, but just in case you missed it, you can erase, and it does not erase the written text, but it does erase the drawn text. As you can see, my keyboard has to the left of it, on the top, it has a check mark when you're done. It also has 2 indents for each direction. It also has the font, plus or minus sign for the size of the text. It has bold, italicized, and underline, as well as presets. And then it has settings on the right side. I think that's for like that's not settings. That's not. It's for like a list if you want to make a list of bullet points. And then if you look at the regular keyboard without the Notability thing on top of it, it has some of those features already. Man, MCAS was brutal. Yeah, you can insert a photo, you can press undo or back, you can cut or paste and copy, all that kind of thing on the regular keyboard itself. You can insert emojis. Yeah, emojis do work in Notability. There are some apps on the iPad that don't use emojis, like the emoji won't work. I really hope this helped. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, if you liked that video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Patreon, Twitter, and any other links I leave down below in the description. Please don't be afraid to check them out. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and leave comments to let me know if you'd like to see more, or suggestions for what else you might like to see. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all your support.